Crazy, just crazy. I actually asked myself, what if I were to start all over again? What advice will I give my younger self of what to do and what not to do to attain financial freedom at such a young age? Well, here is it. These 3 steps I'm going to be sharing with you guys did not just make me financially free, but they also give me a sense of peace and security. Meaning, if I were to lose everything, I'm back to square one. These are the exact rungs of the ladder I'm going to follow to work my way back up. So let's jump right into the video. So the first step is to be proficient at a high income skill. If you watch my layout video, you probably know that I didn't learn coding because, I sat down and I thought to myself that maybe coding is the next big thing for me to learn. No, I actually started coding due to peer pressure, and it was from there I was able to work my way up. So, but basically, the reason why I stuck with coding was because the first time I did it, I actually liked it because I liked the idea that you could think of something and you could create it. You understand? So basically, when going for a high income skill to learn, I feel you should not just say, okay, video editing, copywriting, programming, this, that. You should not just jump into it. But what you should actually do is that you should, find a few of your interests. Maybe things you like to do, things you enjoy doing. Then also find high income skills. Then what you should do is just try to bring the two together and see where they intersect. So in that intersection, you can pick out the high income skill for you to learn. Another thing is, don't just learn the high income skill, but be very, very proficient at it, because the truth is, there are a lot of people that have some form of skill, but it is not everybody that is proficient at it. So basically, just don't be comfortable with the idea of being mediocre, or don't be comfortable with mediocrity. Try to be proficient at what you are doing. Try to hone it. Spend hours on it, build yourself, practice, and just be good at what you are doing. Even if you're in school, like a university or college, basically, don't forget that, for the most part, I think certificates can only get you so far, to get you the interview. You still need to prove that you are proficient at a particular skill to get employed. So basically, that's just what you want to keep in mind. So being in school should not prevent you from being proficient at a particular skill set. That skill set might be related to your course of study, and it might not. The second step is actually to invest in your financial education. You've heard it a lot of times, it's probably cliche at this point, but you've heard that the major difference between the wealthy people and the poor and middle class people is knowledge, and taking consistent action based on that knowledge. Well, I personally think it's true.
Sell me that pen. Watch. Go on.
Do me a favor. Write your name down on that napkin for me.
I don't have a pen.
Exactly. Supply and demand, my friend.
Now, sorry, but I have to go there. I have a theory, and here is it.
Marriage rates have been declining since the 70s, and 2021 was the first year that
Dr.
more
Wendy
children
Walsh
were
says
born
modern
out
men
of
are
wedlock.
struggling to find a mate.
Recent study out of Bowling Green University.
I think one of the reasons why the rate of marriage has been on a steady decline, and the rate of divorce has been increasing. I personally think it's because people don't take time to study about relationships, and I think that's actually something we also do with our finances most often than not. We just allow what we've learned from our society or what we've seen from our parents, that's what we allow to constitute our relationship with money. I actually think it's very, very good to invest in your financial education. Buy books, read books. I heard one statistics that if you read one book on a subject matter, you probably know about 90-something% more. I got this book, and it's called Unfair Advantage by Robert Kiyosaki. Let me get it. Yeah. Unfair Advantage by Robert Kiyosaki. It was basically in this book that I learned a lot about personal finance, honestly. It's taught me the basic differences between assets and liability, things like cash flow, things like capital gains, things like, what's income, what's expenses, different things like that. So I think it's a very, very good personal finance book. Try to take some time to invest in your financial education. Know the fundamental difference between assets, liability, cash flow, capital gains. understand how the stock market work, how cryptocurrencies work. Even though it might be something as little as playing Monopoly, they are going to make a ton of difference in your relationship with money. So good luck with that. I'll link the book in the description below. The last step is to discern Kairos. Actually, Kairos is a Greek word that means a time when conditions are right for the accomplishment of a crucial action. In other words, an opportune moment. So basically, what I'm just trying to say is, when you are proficient in a high income skill, when you have invested in your financial education and you keep at it, I think a time is just going to come when an opportunity is going to show up. And basically, what most of the time, what we call luck is when opportunity meets preparation, or when preparation meets opportunity. You get what I mean? So basically, I think the universe is quite fair. It brings opportunity to people at different times. So what distinguishes how the opportunity will change your life is how prepared you are. Like I said in my last video, there are some things you have control over, there are some things you don't have control over. You don't have control over how frequent you will see an opportunity. You don't have control over what kind of opportunity will present itself to you, but you actually have control over how prepared you are when an opportunity shows up, basically. So your first job, your first gig, your second gig, it might not be on par with the kind of income that you are looking to earn, but actually just keep at it and see everything as part of the process. Let me tell you my story actually, as funny as it sounds. So I was interning as a software developer with a software agency. So I interned there for about a year and I was earning about $100 per month. It was actually my boss that introduced me to the project that I did that would later lead me to getting a full-time remote job. So basically, what I'm just trying to say is that you don't know when opportunity will present itself. You don't know when opportunity will surface. But the best you can do is to be prepared for the opportunity so you can take advantage of it when it comes. So do not forget, stay prepared, and also remember we're writing different stories. So we might not exactly have the same kind of opportunities, but something that we can actually control is how prepared we are when that opportunity surfaces. Bonus point for you is tithing. This might be a little bit controversial, but personally, tithing has done a lot for me. I actually remember when I was much younger, and we went to church and they'll be like, pay your tithe. Then I remember that time that my mindset towards tithing was that if you can be consistent, people will just be dashing you money. And I held that mindset up until I was like maybe 15 or something, before I now really knew that no, this is not how the thing works. Like some 2 to 3 years ago, I sat down, listened to sermons, and read my Bible. I tried to understand how tithing works. Then it was that point that I made up my mind to be consistent with it. I want to encourage you, if you are someone that maybe has been tithing or is not consistent with it, I want to encourage you that basically don't do it because everyone is doing it, or don't do it because you are being forced to do it. Understand how it works, then be consistent with it. But first, make sure you understand how it works. I want to leave you with these last few words. So always remember that there will always be people that are less and greater than you. You want to define your own benchmark for financial freedom and not use another person's benchmark. The truth is, there are people that can actually take like everything I have, like literally my whole net worth, and spend it in a day, and they'll be fine. Like nothing will actually happen. The truth is, the end of one man's resource is the beginning of another man's resource. So that's why you want to set your own benchmark for financial freedom. You want to exceed the mark, and you want to clap for yourself. At the end of the day, I think it's hard work in capital letters, the grace of God, and a good amount of luck that actually determines success in life. Just my opinion. So after all I've said, I can't overemphasize the fact that please try to expand your timeline. Don't necessarily try to burden yourself to achieve this or achieve that between a certain age. What you want to do is you actually just want to keep consistency with the process. You understand? Build systems around that consistency. Instead of pressuring yourself into having this or acquiring that at a certain age, I feel you should channel more of your energy to making sure that you are setting the right systems in place for you to achieve that. You are enjoying the process. And speaking of systems, if you want to check out why you failed to achieve your goals, check here. And if you want to see how I survived being laid off a day after my birthday, check here. If you know that you found value from the video, please like the video and you can subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.